Hey guys, it's Kaylee. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out some TXT. We're going to be listening to their new album, Thursday's Child. I just watched the Good Boy Gone Bad music video and it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. All the colors, all the sound, everything it was great. So if you want to see my reaction to that, you can go and look at that video. So we will be looking at the other 4 songs on this album. Opening Sequence, Trust Fund Baby, Lonely Boy, and Thursday Child. So I am so excited for this. I loved the sound of the first one that I heard, so I'm thinking it's going to go through kind of like that genre and like for the whole album. I remember the preview clip I really liked, and I really liked Trust Fund Baby a lot. So I'm excited to hear that one, but yeah. A disclaimer, I am using lyric videos. I know that they're not 100% accurate all the time, but I hope that they're like somewhat accurate just so I can see like the gist of what they're saying. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, first one is Opening Sequence. I like that piano. I like that clap, like. I like the harmonies fitted together. I think that's the part that I looked at as not a preview that I really liked too. Ooh, hear that little vibrato at the end of this voice? I love the like vibrato like quivering in his voice when he does that. I like the subtle effect that he has on his voice too when he says that. And then that piano comes back at the end. That is such a hard like bass drop right there. I love that part. Okay, what an opening to an album. I loved that. I really liked like It had kind of a trap feel, like just a little bit, especially with the beat in the back. It was so good. And the bass, I love how they had like, they started and ending the song with like the very light piano, but then like in the later half they added in that like intense like bass after you thought it was over, and then it came back in with the chorus. It was so good, and they sounded great. I loved like the drop down scale that they did, like and a lot of it sounded really good. I think that was probably my favorite part of the song, but yeah, all of them sounded great. And I love how Taehyun like started and ended the song with like just the regular like raw vocals. But yeah, I loved that. So let's get into the next one. Okay, now we're getting into the next one, which is Trust Me Baby, which I think this is one of the ones that I was most excited for just by the sound of it. It sounded like it was going to be a slower one. So let's get into it. Ooh. 지난 20분 내게는 넌 얘기 누군가의 꿈 이미 다 가진 그들의 삶 속엔 없는 게임 over. Sounds amazing. 원하면 뭐든 지킬 수 있겠지 나와 다르니 그게 한평의 방이 됐든 꿈이 됐든 사랑이든 I can be a lover 이 세계 charge a bit too much might lose again 이 game I love the tone of his voice right there. Might lose again 이 game there's so much emotion. I love the melody of that. I really like his head voice. I love when he does that. I'll never be a trust fund baby. No, I wish everything's the breathiness in his voice is so good. No, I wish everything's okay, I absolutely love that song. It was so beautiful with the piano, and the lightness of their voices was so nice. Like, definitely, I realized like Taeyeon and Subin can get like very like breathy with their voices, and it's really nice. And then Yeonjun, I love when he goes into his head voice. It's so cool. And like Huninkai was, I feel like him and Bongyu kind of like, I really like their lower register when they sing. It's really nice to hear, and especially like contrasted with the piano and everything in the back. It was so cool. I really think Taeyeon has so much emotion to his voice. Like whenever I hear it, he has like a cry quality to his voice, especially when he goes into like the higher register. It is so good. I love it, especially on this song. But I think in the beginning and end of this, just like the first song, I think Taehyun started and ended the song. So I like how they do that. But the song itself, the lyrics were so beautiful, like very like emotional, like they want to give everything to that person, but they can't afford to, like literally, like with money wise, they can't afford to do it. So it's like love should be enough for that. And I love that song. It was so good. They sounded beautiful. And I loved that, like, I don't know what it was. It was like kind of like an arcade sound, but not really. It was like I don't know how to describe it. It was like that little like twinkle kind of sound that they did in the chorus leading up to it. It was really nice. But that was beautiful. I really hope we get another music video eventually for one of these songs. And I really like this one. I feel like this would be a good one to have like a cinematic feel to it, like a lighter version. But yeah, I really liked it. So let's get into the next one. Okay, next we have Lonely Boy, and it looks like it's just Yeonjun and Hyunin Kai. So I find this really interesting. I don't know, do they usually do this on their albums, or is this like a new thing they're doing with like just a couple of them? But I'm excited for this. I've heard Yeonjun quite a bit in the other videos, but I haven't like fully paid attention to Hyunin Kai's vocals, so I would love to hear more of that. So I'm really excited. I don't know if this is gonna be a slower one too, or if it's gonna be like more upbeat, but let's get into it. Ooh, I do remember this. I think in the preview clips, it just showed those two in the video too, right? It was the one with the tub and everything. And I really liked the guitar in this. I love his tone, and I love how like the piano, not the piano, the guitar is kind of like offsetting the bass too. It's like coming right after it. It sounds really good. I feel like he has a very lighter voice too. That low bass is really cool. Ooh, I love those back vocals, like harmonizing with him. I love when he does that with his voice. Like that really fast vibrato, it sounds really good. I really love the instrumental of this. It's really nice. like a very high-pitched like whistle, kind of like. I really liked that song. I love the instrumental of that. Like, they sounded so good together. Like, Yeonjun, especially with like his rapping tone, I've noticed he does a lot of like vibrato kind of like mixed in some parts. And then Hyuning Tai's voice sounded really nice. I love like the lightness of it. It's not like extremely breathy like Taehyun's is, but Hyuning Tai, I really like it. Like, it's more of like a fuller lightness, and it's really good. And I feel like it offsets Yeonjun's rap kind of a lot. So it's really cool when they go back and forth like that. And I love the instrumental of this. It reminded me of a little bit of how Good Boy Gone Bad was kind of like before the chorus, like in Subin's part, it was had that like kind of haunting vibe to it. And it definitely like gave me those vibes in this with the bass mixed with the guitar and everything. I really liked it, like a lot. The instrumental was really cool. Yeah, let's get into the next one. Okay, now we got Thursday's Child has far to go. And I just noticed that these are the three that weren't in the last one, so Subin, Bongyu, and Taehyun. So I'm excited to hear this. I love that they did this. Like, they had 2 members on one song and 3 on the other. But I'm surprised they did it in like a mini album, because usually they would probably do it for like a full length. But I really like that they did it for this. But yeah, let's get into it. Ooh, I really like that submerged effect. Ooh, the synthesizer like kind of sound reminds me of like old 80s music. Ooh, I really like Subin's tone. It's very smooth, I really like it. But you can always tell when it's Taehyun's voice. I love that. When it goes into that instrumental, it's really nice. Ooh, that noise really nice. I really love that Taehyun does like the chorus part because it really grabs your attention. You can hear like the lower synthesizer in the back. I love the vocal, how it leads into the instrumental. Okay, that was a good ending to an album. Like, it was very upbeat, and I love that it was three of them. They all have different like style voices too. Like Taehyun, I feel like his voice captured my attention like the most, like throughout this whole album. Like, I really like his voice. It's very like, he has a special like quality to his voice. Like, I can't explain it. It's like a kind of a vocal fry when he sings, but it's really nice. I really like the tone of it. And then Bongyu, I feel like in the things that I have seen, I haven't heard him like specifically a lot, but I really like it. It actually reminds me of a lot of Subin's voice, but it's a little less. I feel like he's lighter than Subin is. I feel like Subin is kind of like, well, especially in this, it has like a lower tone. He sings a more like a full voice, but then he switches it up and goes into a more breathiness in parts of it. But I really love Subin's voice too. But Bongyu killed it too. All three of them sounded really good together. They offset each other very well, but it mixed very well. Yeah, I loved the melody of the song. It was so good. And the instruments in the back, I love that like synthesizer sound. Like, I've noticed I like that in a lot of music, and especially in this, it sounded really nice mixed with everything. But yeah, this whole album, like the mini album, was so good. Like, it was a very solid mini album. I liked every song. And I definitely want to get into more of their stuff because I haven't listened to tons. I do want to check out the album that Frost was on because I really liked that. But yeah, this was great. I absolutely loved it. I think probably Trust Fund Baby or Good Boy Gone Bad are probably my two favorites from this album. I don't think out of the other ones, there isn't one that I didn't like. Like, I can't pick like a bottom one because they were all really good. I really liked Open in Sequence too. But yeah, I think Good Boy Gone Bad or Trust Fund Baby are probably my two favorites. And kind of like one is slower and then one faster, but they did great. I loved all their voices and how they like mix well with each other. And the lyrics are really nice too, like throughout the whole album. I really liked them. But yeah, I definitely want to get into more TXT stuff. So leave some suggestions that you want me to look at, some popular things, or like where you want me to start. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching and listening with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.